for joining us for session 3 of Heaven on High, a City of Mist actual play on the Happy Jacks RPG podcast network. To find all sessions of the game, visit happyjacks.org/. Heaven on High. And to find all other shows on the Happy Jacks network, visit happyjacks.org. I am Lloyd, your intro GM. This joke will never die. I don't care. And we'll be using a whole bunch of safety tools. Thank you much for joining us for episode 3. And I'm joined by three incredible players, and also the last person doesn't know who they are. Starting with Mo.
Hello, I'm Mo. Playing Adam today.
Then we have Leona.
Hello, I'm Leona, and I am playing Priya today.
Then we have Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'll be playing Jacob as well as something else.
And finally, we have Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I'll be playing Holly today.
So just to keep you people up to date, this is episode 3 of In Living Color, which is the first part of the Heaven on High series that we're doing. We have 3 more parts to go. Who knows how that's going to turn out? Oh boy! When we last left off, our players, Rifts, just discovered that there is a homeless shelter where people's dreams were possibly being bottled for profit. But also that one of their companions who had put them on the mission may have been hiding more things than they have to get behind. But that's not important right now. What is important is what's going to happen to Joe. Joe, you have the wheel.
We open up on kind of an aerial shot. It seems to be overlooking a forest. Everything is dark. It's nighttime. We zoom into the trees, and we see kind of this dirt path open up just under the canopy of leaves. And we see a solitary figure walking. And this figure is dark, large, stalking. It's a giant wolf. The fur is matte black. The only glint of color comes off of just the eyes and the teeth, which are larger than you would think. And it stalks slowly through the path, knowing that nothing will ever harm it, because this wolf is the protector of the forest. And not only that, this wolf is fear. This wolf has walked this forest for thousands of years and always will walk this forest. But that changes when the wolf encounters a creature that is unlike the other woodland creatures. This creature walks on 2 legs, has long, flowing hair, and is speaking with the other animals. This creature would eventually become known as Grandmother and would live in the woods and would provide the wolf with the necessary balance that he's been needing, because up until now, the entire forest was ruled by fear of the wolf. And now there's a chance for the forest to be ruled by trust, compassion, with the threat of fear enforcing it. And this turned out great for everybody. Until Grandmother asks the wolf for a favor one day. Grandmother asks the wolf to make sure that her granddaughter can come and visit, to make sure that the granddaughter can walk through the forest safely, but also to not scare the granddaughter, to make sure the granddaughter doesn't see anything evil, because she is pure. She comes from the human world, has never seen creatures, has never seen monsters. And the wolf is a monster. The wolf reluctantly agrees. And we start with, again, the wolf stalking, and we now see that the wolf isn't alone. He's following this little child wearing a red cloak, making sure that the wolf is nearby, ready to respond to any threats, but making sure that he's not seen. The wolf follows and follows, and nobody will ever go near the wolf. Nobody's stupid enough. No creature, at least. It just happens on this day that there is a hunter nearby who sees the wolf following the young child. And on this day, the wolf becomes hunted. There's an axe. A giant, menacing axe. It is brandished against the wolf. If the wolf didn't make the promise to Granny, he would have just ended things right there. Nobody challenges the wolf in the forest. But on this day, the wolf had to protect the child, and did so by fighting against the hunter, which leads to the axe biting deeply into the wolf's stomach. The child would run back home and tell Granny of what she saw. Alone, not accompanied by a wolf. We find Jacob in his apartment, gasping, clutching at his chest, and there's kind of a trickle of blood on his bed sheets, and he's grabbing at his stomach, and he's kind of hyperventilating. My name is Jacob. My name is Jacob. My name is Jacob. And I'm not in the woods. And Red is safe. We see a shirtless, in very good shape, Asian man, sweating, confused, but coming back to himself. And the wound begins to close. Jacob has just had a nightmare. It's the same nightmare he keeps having. It's the nightmare of him being sliced open by a hunter because he was trying to protect a child. He was mistaken for a monster. It's something that haunts him. It's a label that he's been trying to not be for a very, very, very long time. And in his current incarnation, he is Jacob, an insurance claims adjuster working for the city.
And it's at this time that there is a knock on your door.
Smell.
It's familiar. It's very familiar. And yet it's not exactly the same as you smelt before. It's a new one, just enough to be different, but close enough to be the same. Grandmother is waiting.
No. Jacob throws on a shirt, pants, walks to the door, knowing who he's going to see. He takes a breath and opens it and sees a face he hasn't seen in a very long time.
The face smells back at you. At least a form of a smile. No teeth is being shown. It's a simple dimples up on the side. And what does grandmother look like? At least, what does this version of grandmother look like?
This incarnation of grandmother, I imagine her to be kind of like an Aunt May, if that makes sense. Like the Marissa Tomei version of Aunt May. She is far wiser and seems to be an older spirit, but she looks good. She looks real good. A little bit of gray peeking through, a little bit of crow's feet at the eyes, but she wears it very well. And what comes off of her is just kind of like a sense of nurture and patience and understanding. But also, like, don't fuck with her.
Does this grandmother know you?
Part of her does.
In which case, as she opens the door, she reaches up and she hands you something. And you see she's holding what looks like a plate of food with a foil over the top.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Are you doing okay?
I was doing okay. I was doing okay until I, in my wonderful hours of trying to sleep, heard somebody screaming and crying out in the middle of the night, really loudly, so loud, so loud.
You should find a better apartment.
Or I should find a better person to stay next to. Either way, congratulations, here's a pie.
I get the feeling there was another reason why you came tonight.
Yes, actually, you are right. I need someone to tap out my radiators. Honestly, my house is freezing. How do people live like this? I don't understand this country. I don't get it. It's cold. I'm tired. I am an old lady. Would you let this old lady suffer the cold instead of a big, strong, hunky man like you coming on over and, like, sorting out my radiators, making sure they're fine?
I never say no to you or your baked goods.
Damn right. I have grandchildren who kill for those. Somewhere.
Grandchildren.
At least 5. Not that you'd know anything about that.
Are they all good? Healthy?
She sort of gives a
Jacob
half
kind of-
smile. So after
Yeah.
you're going to say something.
Jacob kind of pauses and realizes that's a weird question to ask, but he asks it anyway.
She gives like a half smile and she's like, they're around.
Good.
They're around.
Good.
Now, put on a shirt. No one wants to see whatever this is. Plus me, you're like 20 years too young. And come give me a hand in my radiator.
Of course. I'll be right there.
All right. And as you close the door, she stays looking at you the entire time as your door is closing. Her face doesn't change, but her eyes, you can see, light up. There's something beneath it, somewhere underneath, that watches you carefully as you close the door and go to get dressed. And as you close the door to go to get dressed, the scene transitions to the door opening up at the diner and a couple walking in, going to the bar and ordering some food. And as they do so, ordering the food, the camera pans off them towards the 4 of you. Well, 5 of you. There's an old man sleeping next to you. But don't worry about
He's
him.
in the
He's fine.
car.
Oh, he's in the car.
It
He's
has
in the
been
car.
established. He has
He
my
is
jacket
in the
over him.
car.
He's very comfy. The windows are rolled down.
Okay. He's not a dog, but okay. All right. He's in the car. Cut back to everyone else.
We put a jacket over him. He's fine.
He's cozy. I've slept back there plenty of
He has
times.
some
It's
water.
great.
He has some water. He's fine. He's fine. He's
People are just
fine.
complicated plants. You water them, you give them some sunlight, they're fine.
You're a nurse, right?
Allegedly.
All right, so we cut back to the four of you. Last time we left you, you were making big boy plans to break into Santa Maria old people's home and rescue a whole bunch of old people. You'd also had a very interesting phone call. What would you like to do now?
Yeah, so to recap, that interesting phone call was learning that Samuel had the double Ouroboros tattoo on his back. The two snakes eating each other in a circle. And then Holly had just spoken to Jackie Charleston about organizing transport for all of the old folks out of Santa Maria. And that was going to take place in 8 hours. So that is how much time we have to prep.
What would you like to do? Would you like to go straight into downtime for the time before the big break? Or would you like to go somewhere else to do something else before you have the downtime? Essentially, the downtime is we're taking a break, we're getting everything sorted out, and then it's go.
I think we need to talk to Samuel. And that is in character.
I mean, you made a statement. What else you want to say?
I
am just a casual observer.
That was to the table. That was to my co-host.
I was like, listen, y'all, say something.
Let's.
Get in there.
Okay, so yeah, so Holly is had just put the when did I? That was a different time. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. I only listened to the last episode like 4 times. Let's not get into it. So yeah, Holly's just gotten off the phone with Jackie and has just revealed to everyone that Samuel either has the same tattoos as his sister or was the only one tattooed and his sister was not. Did she have tattoos visible when we saw her in the dream?
Yes.
Okay. But we never saw her back to confirm that she had the Ouroboros.
No, you did not. But for camera effect, assume you did see her.
Okay,
back.
right, because we had that confirmed. But they both have it. All right. I think we need to pay Samuel a visit. I think he didn't tell us everything. If nothing else, we have his grandfather or someone with the same last name as him.
Yeah, I think we need to pay him a visit.
Well, he did tell you where he lives. He did say he lives right opposite from the house from the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, because we broke into his house. I broke his arm there. Thanks for reminding us. Yeah, let's drive over there before we do anything else, because I think we need to speak with him.
All right. The 5 of you drive on over to the old house, to the tattoo parlor, which you come directly outside of.
Can the back seat, so in the front is obviously Holly driving her car, passenger seat is Priya, back seat is Adam and Jacob with a sleeping old man in the middle. Yep. He hasn't woken up yet, right?
Nope, he's
incredible.
Not woken up yet. You drive on up and you park just wherever you want to park, whether you want to park and walk up towards it. But we see the same shot of the gallery at the very corner, the tattoo parlor shop on the side. And now that you turn your head to look on the other point, you can see there is like a 5-story building on the other side. Somewhere within that building, Samuel's apartment is.
Okay. And the tattoo shop is closed?
The tattoo shop is closed.
Okay. We don't need to break in twice.
No.
I'm gonna turn to the gentleman of the group.
Gentlemen, break into that house.
Can we just call Sam?
You could call
I don't
Sam.
think. We did get his phone number, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You do have his phone number.
Okay. Yeah, I think Adam or Jacob probably have that somewhere on them.
Yeah, I jump out and walk over to the payphone. Always ready with a dime.
Nice.
Ching-a-ching-in.
Ching-a-ching-in, you put it on, it rings a few times. There is no answer.
Do I hear that ring in the house?
How good are your ears?
I think
excellent
Jacob's
question.
probably are pretty good.
I can probably hear it.
I would say, Jacob, I'll let you hear it if you want to be the first in the house listening to the doors.
Oh yeah.
Sounds fair?
Yep.
All right, Jacob, give me a roll on. Oh, what should I make this roll? Give me a second. I was just saying it. I was like, wait, I should actually give you something to roll on this one.
Hit with all I've got.
Sounds like
No.
sneak around
No.
or investigate.
Sneak around makes sense. Yes, sneak around. Go for sneak
Okay.
around for me.
Sneak around. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a move until I just looked at it and went, "Oh yeah, that sounds like what we're doing."
I'm going to use Wolf's Instincts as a
Nice,
tag.
nice.
It's not a smell thing, so I won't use the smell-based ones. And crime scene analysis. Does that apply? Okay.
I will not
And-
give you that because I don't
No.
think that applies.
Okay.
It's not a crime scene yet.
Gotcha.
Fix that
Just
Okay.
break a window. It's now a crime scene. I have to investigate
And
this.
I'm gonna invoke a weakness because that's how Joe plays this game.
Yeah! Get
I'm
those
going
points.
to
Bold of you.
invoke I don't want to invoke the Dream Eater yet. I'm gonna invoke one of my wolf things. I'm gonna invoke the world will freeze in terror.
Ooh,
Whoa.
That's a vibe.
There we go.
that's a hell of a
It's
tag.
dealing with some wolf things in the background right now. Okay. And here's my roll. Sneak around.
All right. So you start to look around. So be careful. Keep an ear about and making sure you're not seen by anyone as you go into the building and start to sneak about. And as the phone is ringing, you do hear it ringing. This is just you at the moment. You do hear it ringing behind one of the doors. There's an apartment right there. You can hear it ringing at the same time. And the camera sort of zooms out. So it shows Adam outside on the phone, and it zooms back to what looks like an actual phone ringing on the side, and it zooms to you outside the door. And you can hear the ringing in there. You can also smell something in there. Something delicious.
I go to it. The door, is it locked?
Do you try it?
I'm gonna try the door.
You try the door. It is not locked.
Open it.
You pull the door open, and as you do, the smell that is coming to you is a little bit stronger than before. You can see, there's a little hint of earthiness coming from it that you can sort of pseudo kind of catch in its own little sort of way. A really nice earthy smell as you open the door and you look inside the room. It looks, as you open, you were expecting something. You weren't quite sure what you were expecting. Whether you wanted something incredibly homely or something stylized or some kind of other weird changed form of something else in between. But what you do see is an incredibly sanitized house. Like absolutely sanitized. Like everything is clean and immaculate and polished and spotless. You're coming through a corridor that leads to what looks like the living room on one side and a door to the right that leads to a single bedroom. As you do, you sort of turn your head and you notice the only thing that seems to be essentially having any kind of life is in that bedroom, because that bedroom looks like it's quite messy and thrown about, but everything else looks sanitized.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a d6
I'm scared.
just for a player choice thing. I rolled a 6. Jacob is going to wait and gather with the others before proceeding. instead of
Hooray for the
going in
self-control
alone.
die.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Roll a 6.
Boo! Okay.
You'll notice Holly does not have a self-control die.
All right. Do you decide to wait inside the house or decide to wait outside the house?
I'm gonna wait inside. But and to call this back, this is because I invoked my fear of the wolf. Because if I go in alone and I go wolf, Jacob's kind of afraid of that. So he's hanging back.
That sounds fair.
But
Do you close the door?
He's going to kind of the front door. He's going to leave it like kind of ajar, but he's just kind of waiting there at the entrance.
Gonna wave to us out the
Excellent.
window so we know where to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you move on out to the window. You come into this living room. There's no TV. There's not even a couch. There's a chair and a table. And the kitchen looks like it's never been used. It's almost immaculate. There's no bin bag or anything like that. And you go up to the window, you can see the rest of them. You can wave at them.
Yeah.
All right, the three of you see Jacob waving at you.
I'm
I
gonna
would like
wave
to
and
go
then
in.
like I do like one of these like finger in front of my mouth, like be silent as you come up.
And then do you go back to the door? Do you wait for them by the window?
I'm gonna wait by the door.
All right. You don't see this, Jacob, but the rest of you, when Jacob turns around and walks towards the door, someone else walks along the side and looks at you and waves.
Oh.
And Lynette waves at you as she turns around and walks towards Jacob.
Oh shit.
Um.
Holly is sprinting up with her guitar on her back.
Yeah, I think Priya's running too.
Hey, Jacob, I swear you left that door half open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's closed now.
Fuck.
Hello.
You say hello the first time, and there isn't a response. Jacob, how do you look in the dreaming?
Nobody sees the wolf. At least, if you see the wolf, you don't generally live to tell anyone about it. But if you were the wolf, you would know that you are maskless. Your form is created by the context of your situation. You are fear manifest. So sometimes you're as large as a mountain. Sometimes you're as large as a bus. Sometimes you have no form at all. Generally, you think of yourself as just a giant wolf.
So, how do you feel when, after you say hello, you can feel that the form you have isn't that of the physical form of Jacob, and instead it's that form of that wolf you just described?
Not now. Not now. Not now.
Then they reply, "Welcome to my humble abode. I welcome you." And as I say, "I welcome you," you can see that light, that almost homeliness that was before, so starts to ooze out of that door and fills up the living room. That same earthy smell you got before is now stronger and wilder. And she walks, once again, Let comes up on the screen and she walks along, looking at the incredibly clean and immaculate house. And she starts tapping things. And as she taps them, light and color starts to fill them up. The rest of you, you rush upstairs. And when you get to the door, you're not quite sure which door it is.
Emmett.
There's a moment where you're looking at the doors. It's like 1, 2, 3. You're like, it's got to be one of these doors. I would need one of you to figure out how the door is before I jump into the scene you're in.
I investigate.
How?
Let's go with I'm going to go with stop the Franken. I'm going to use tracking.
Tracking will not help you here.
Tracking will not help me here. Okay. Then I'm going to use my tag with Jacob to find him.
Yes.
Let's see. I can't.
Give me the roll. Jacob, I will be with you in a minute. We do have a scene together,
No
and
problem.
and then we're gonna come back in.
So I subtracted my help from Jacob. I don't know if it added.
Yeah, you just take one off your help and then just add it to the roll. Make your life easier.
Oh, plus. Got it.
Okay, you can ask me any question of 3 questions, and I will answer them honestly as to what you need to know.
Which door do we open to get to Jacob?
Looking at the way things are, and you try to connect to Jacob, you notice of the 3 doors in front of you, one doesn't seem to make any sense. The other 2 also don't seem to work. And it's really confusing until you realize that something is messing with your senses. None of these doors work. The door that is supposed to get you there has been removed. Someone has dreamingly wiped that door off. None of these 3 doors will get you to Jacob. 2 more questions.
Okay. In that case, I look at my peers and say, we have to dream to him. He's in the dream world. And we can go to each other in our dreams. We can travel through our dreams.
But we'll deal with you in 1 second. Cutting back to you, Jacob. I know you all want to go save Jacob. I gotta play the scene out. Lynette goes, I'm terribly sorry. Welcome to my home. I haven't been here in quite a while, so I hope it looks better than okay. Where even are you?
In this form, Jacob doesn't speak with human words. It's more of a, like, you know the wolf's intent. And right now, the wolf's intent is, why have you brought me here? And if you don't answer, I will eat you.
Anytime you want to roll a convince to like put on the fear, let me know.
Okay. Right now, this isn't a threat yet. This is like the wolf is very. He doesn't have much guile. He's just like, tell me, or I'm gonna start eating you.
She's like, I didn't bring you here. You've traveled to my territory once again. I simply have my door open for my dear brother to visit me when he wants, and you have stepped through it to join him.
Let me out.
In fact, I would love to let you out once I get my questions answered. Have you found the house?
What house?
The old house.
Jacob knows what house, by the way. He's wanting to double play the questions. The house where your grandfather was?
Not my grandfather, just someone who took my name.
We found something. We found dreamers.
Have you stopped them?
Should we?
It is your job, after all, isn't it?
It's Jacob's job.
Oh, yes, you're the wolf now. I'm so sorry. It's hard for me to keep track. I just sometimes lose it. I apologize. As long as you get it done, I'm happy. I think I should probably let you
Jacob.
go. Do that as well. I should let you go before one of us gets eaten, right?
Yes.
She goes, not a problem. And then she's like toodaloo, she says, as she like brings her hands up. And as she brings her hands up, Adam, as you say, we need to get to the dreaming, that's when the door starts to reform in front of the 3 of you. Jacob, inside the room, everything twists and turns, and that livelihood is all kind of just breezing out to nothing. You can see like sort of like come back to normal, disgusting, boring, dry kind of house. As the door appears, are the 3 of you gonna break through that door right now before I continue, or?
Yes.
Rose is like, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
I'm just mad he said it before I did.
In that case, we will cut to Jacob standing in the clean, immaculate hallway. The door with the fancy, the more lived-in house opening, and a very dreary-looking eyed Samuel poking his head out. And suddenly, Adam comes breaking through the door right there, and Samuel's like, ah! You see Samuel scream and like grab like a broom, and it's like this.
Holly walks in after Adam and goes, "Hi, Sammy."
I put myself between Sam and Jacob, ready to take the brunt from either one.
The group will see that Jacob is clutching his stomach, and there seems to be a reddish pooling on his shirt.
I will go to Jacob and be like, are you okay?
Jacob turns his back to the group and kind of like turns away and tries to fix himself, and he looks over to Priya and says, "Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry.
Can I help?
You already are."
Okay.
I was like, one hand on it. I was like this.
I'm sorry. Looks like I just
Is that
stumbled
Sam?
into Lynette.
It is Sam.
Is that a phone or a broom?
Broom, yes.
Okay.
Phones are
Sam's
much
like,
larger than
don't
that.
you people knock? Why do you keep breaking into my house? I don't understand why you keep doing this.
Holly's
Your
gonna
door
just
was
kind of.
unlocked.
Is there a couch?
No, there isn't a chair though.
There's a chair. Okay, Holly's gonna take the chair, and just sit down and be like, "Well, first of all, your apartment kidnapped our friend.
We saw Lynette in the window.
We
Wait,
called
where
you.
was you? Where?
We called you first, and you didn't answer. We were
I
worried
was
about you.
asleep.
How'd you
Can
sleep?
we see your tattoo on your back?
What tattoo?
Do you have a tattoo on your back?
Can you show us your back?
Please?
It's
I
not a
don't
weird
give a shit
thing.
off.
It's
a
about
very
the.
weird
It's a
thing.
weird thing,
It's
but
a
it's
very
about the
weird thing.
case. It's
I
about the
understand.
case.
I understand how this looks. We just burst into your house and we're asking you about your back.
You break my
Trust us for
arm.
a reason.
Break my door. You have to take my clothes off. What do you want from me?
Sam,
I was like, I never
have
do this
reason-
again.
we have reason to believe that people with this tattoo have been murdered.
Oh, okay,
And
then just-
we
let's see
are
what's-
concerned because we
trying to get a shirt off. We saw Puzz goes, hey, are they okay? Pointing towards Jacob.
He'll be alright.
Yeah.
I got him.
And you see Samuel take his shirt off, and then he turns his back, and you see there's no tattoo there.
Okay.
I'm
Who the
gonna take a look at things from the other side.
Well, you want to try and dream look at him?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Please gather your dice.
Yes.
Before you roll, please tell me
Tell you what.
that when you've gathered your dice.
Okay. Let's go with. I'm trying to do this mobily so it doesn't mess up the stream. So this will take a little bit of.
Take your time,
effort.
and more
I'm
importantly,
gonna try
what are
dream
you-
walking.
I'll give you dream walking,
Or not
and I would
really.
say this counts under investigate,
Okay.
so you can ask me questions.
All right.
And while you're going that, Jacob, are you okay? Jacob, how's it going?
Jacob, his wound has closed. It closes pretty fast when he comes back from the dreaming, and he's just kind of like trying to clean up the blood. But he's okay, and he's coming back to himself. This
Priya's kind
version of himself.
Priya's kind of standing next to Joe. She's got like a hand on, not Joe, Jacob. Sorry. She has a hand on
Same
his
person, really.
She has a hand on his shoulder, but she's trying to let Joe, Jacob, at the same time have his space. I'm sorry. I am unmedicated today. But she does kind of look up when she realizes that there is no tattoo, and she goes, "Well, who the hell told us that he had a tattoo? Wasn't it
It was Jack
Jack,
Charleston.
the one who patched you up at the hospital?"
I turned to Samuel. Was the person who put the cast on your arm a handsome giraffe?
Yeah, he was kind of hot, actually.
I know,
yes,
right?
it's fine.
Like
I know.
he's tall
Oh
and
my
gangly,
God,
but it kind of
no!
works.
Sorry. My arm hurts and my door's broken. Give me a break.
Did we actually break the door down on the way?
The lock needs to be
The
repaired.
lock's
Okay, we'll fix the lock. I can only think of just dream walking as a tag that makes sense. Champion of the people, maybe.
I'll give you something to people.
Okay, I'll
Is that
take
it?
those two.
Cool. Take
None
a
of my
minus
other
4.
stuff. I am
What?
again. I don't really do the thinky think. I sing and I fight.
That's fair.
I am
please
the
take a minus
bard
4.
of this
A
game. Oh
minus
no,
4?
-4.
Don't ask why. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So,
I know why.
Sometimes,
I know why.
sometimes
Insane.
there's a status that is on certain things that may prevent other things from going.
Okay.
Sometimes that thing might be an oath that you currently have.
I tapped investigate, but I didn't actually put the minus in.
It's fine. I'll just
Okay.
take a minus for you. What'd you get?
There's 4. Hang on, and then let me know if this pops up in roll 20.
We'll find out.
Anything?
Fingers crossed.
I hit the button.
Fingers crossed. I don't see it.
Communist.
Did it pop up in your roll 20?
No, I'm
Not
doing
yet.
it from my phone so it doesn't mess with the stream. Can someone else
I'll tap it
roll
for
dice
you.
for me?
No problem. I
Thank you.
got you, babes. All right, Holly Heart, let's do this. So we have, once it rolls up, it's got a dice already in there,
Okay.
-4, and everything else. So
And
you're
then a plus 2,
so
so yeah, net
investigate.
-2. Because I'm good at rolling dice. It has been
hey, nice
established.
work. You get 2 questions you can ask me.
Hey.
Wow.
So first of all, I pass out in the chair. What do I see?
No, remember, this is the dream version of the world. When you pass out into the chair to sort of like go into the dream, you feel something is sort of haunting and holding you back. It's less that you can dream fine, just that something about a connection to the dreaming in this room isn't very smooth. Like there's a lock on this room or what you're looking for. Like something is actually physically holding you back, such as maybe something that you've been sworn to do.
Okay. Am I able to get anything while I'm in the dream?
You can ask me questions, but I can either make them incomplete, part true, part false, or fuzzy.
Okay, and I've got 2 questions, but they're going to be iffy. Okay.
Yes.
Can I see Samuel in the dream?
Ask one of your questions.
Yes,
You cannot see
because he's
Samuel
awake.
in your dream.
Duh.
I'll let you have the one for free.
Oh, that's not a question. Cool.
Mo, I will get back to your 2 questions in a bit.
So quick, someone knock Samuel out. I gotta look at him. I mean, we won't break
No.
any bones this time, hopefully.
Poor kid's gotten smacked around so much.
The things we do in the search for the truth, such as beating up teenagers.
They had it coming. It's fine.
They're teenagers. They're not people yet.
You have 1 more question. 2 more questions.
2 more questions. Okay. But
Yes.
they're gonna
I'll
be
do your
fuzzy.
questions. I'll do most questions. We'll wrap up the C because I know how it wants to
Okay.
go. And
Yeah.
then we'll take a break.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Do we need to go to break now?
Not yet.
or-
Keep going.
okay.
You're doing
Cool,
good.
Cool, cool,
You're doing
cool,
good.
cool. Let's go with. I got nothing. Peanut Gallery, help me out here.
Is he a dreamer?
Yeah. Is there any kind of residual?
Where Samuel is standing, there seems to be something there.
Mm,
It's very dreamer-esque because dreamer version would have a dream version even when you're not
Mhm.
dreaming. Something that
Mhm.
kind of connection. It's why you're able to slip in and out, mostly by accident. If someone's dream pulls you in or pushes you out, and that's kind of what you can see going on here. But there's something wrong with that. You're not quite sure how it works.
is Samuel a dreamer who hasn't woken up yet?
Is that your final question?
Yep, that'll be my final question. That's the best I can try and think to figure out.
Looking at it, the answer is yes, question mark.
Okay.
At first, you're sort of not quite sure what you mean, but you're not quite sure how there should still be something of him. And you sort of look at it again and you realize something else. If he is a dreamer, maybe he's fallen asleep again.
Hmm.
But once again, it's fuzzy and unsure. Something may have made him sleep again, and that's what you're missing out. And while we break from you, Mo, Adam had 2 more questions.
What is going on with this space that it can be consumed by the dream world?
There is a connection to another piece of the dream world that is connected to this particular space.
Is it this
As in,
space
like, it
or is
exists.
it something?
Stop asking multiple questions before I finish the first one. There is, from what it looks like, this physical space and the dream space exist in the same place. As in, there is a version of this there and a version of that here.
Right.
Now you can ask the second question.
Is there a door here that would allow waking people to go to the dream world?
The door you just busted through would allow waking people to go into the dream world. But they'd have to either be invited or have a strong enough power of controlling dreams to do it. That aside, we cut back in and poor Samuel's like trying to put his shirt back on. It's like, okay, so now what?
Don't get a tattoo.
Why would the giraffe lie, though?
Are you gonna give me an update?
I
I mean, you're here. They said the arm broken. Sorry.
Yeah. Holly's trying to figure out what they actually know because they didn't see his sister.
What's your granddad's name?
He says a different name to the one person in the car.
The one in the car is Nathaniel.
Yes, because I was gonna say something else. I was like, no, I want to make sure to be clear. It's not his granddad.
Yeah.
Do you know Nathaniel Smith?
No.
Did Lynette ever mention anything about an old folks' home?
Yeah, it's where she used to work.
Doing what?
Oh, when what's called back into her whole like I'm trying to help people kind of thing. She volunteered there in between doing the tattoo parlor.
Was that her idea?
You said that the last time. I'm sorry. Did you have something?
Was that her idea to volunteer there?
I should hope so. I didn't tell her.
When did Lynette meet Venus?
I'm not quite sure. Quite a while. Well, it was definitely just a few, not that far back. Just after, after the tattoo parlor started kicking up with the new arts.
When have you met Venus?
Once. She was really nice.
Mm.
Lynette couldn't
She
make
sure
a meeting,
does
so
seem
I had to
that
stand
way.
for her.
Say again?
Lynette couldn't make a meeting, so I had to speak on her behalf.
Mm.
So, should I know something?
Correct me if we're wrong here. Pretty sure Venus has to do with Lynette's disappearance.
Okay, so let's go beat up Venus or something. I don't know.
We're in the
You
middle
should
of
stay
dealing...
away from Venus. She's dangerous.
Extremely
Like you?
dangerous. Worse.
Okay, got
Jinx.
it. So now what?
Samuel, do you ever feel Lynette's presence here?
Only when she's
I know
around.
she's gone, but do you ever feel her around?
Honestly, it's probably better this way. At least, I get the house to myself. But I do miss her. I hope she's okay.
Who's holding the jar of or do we need to go to break now?
We do need to go for a break now. Unfortunately,
Okay.
we just hit the
So,
time.
Mike...
Hey, everyone, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. And we're going to come back in 5. So we'll speak to you then. See you in a bit.
Bye!
Hi everyone, and welcome back. So, when we last left off, you had a very awkward-looking Samuel just trying their best to just vibe, and the rest of you are like, "Woo!" What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a quick moment as Jacob and just relay what I just saw with Lynette in this room.
To Samuel,
And I'm
with him in the
with
room?
Samuel in the room.
Okay. Can we get
Okay.
Lloyd? Could we get a recap? Because I'm not sure I fully understood what was going on.
When Jacob entered the room, Jacob managed to go to the window and wave at you, but when they headed back, the room started to change, something more homely, as Lynette appeared, instead of just touching things and changing forms and stuff, and was like, "Welcome to my home, what's up?" And Jake and the wolf was like, "GTFO," and it was like, "Okay, bye." Basically that.
Okay. She said something about it being around for Samuel's sake.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just asking Samuel if he had ever felt Lynette's presence here, and he said no. So, just trying to see if anything was going on there. But I relay I think Lynette's been holding a door open for you here.
What, like the one that you broke?
Ixnay
No.
Imdre Igpay
No.
Atenley.
What?
Okay, listen. I know. She said the word dreaming was important, but no one actually told me what it means. What is a dreamer?
Go for it.
Maybe it's best you don't remember. Seeing as how dreamers have been disappearing.
Is that what happened to my sister?
We think that's part of it. I think Venus is part of it, and I think something happening at the Santa Maria old folks home is also a part of it.
And something to do with the tattoos. Maybe it's the ink. Maybe it's something, but somehow your sister has the ability to bring things from the dream world. And we seem to think somehow this apartment has something to do with it.
If it helps, I don't think your sister's in any imminent danger. But I do think she's caught up in something much bigger than her.
Okay. All right. Let's assume I believe most of that. What do we do next?
We're trying to figure it out. And just to be clear, we don't have all the answers, but we're going to find out.
All right.
Not only is your sister in potential danger, people have died. Lots of people.
And what's the next step?
There.
We'll be back.
No.
All right.
No more. No more going away and breaking through my door. I'm coming with you.
All right. Holly's gonna get up. Samuel, take a seat. I'm gonna explain some things.
Okay.
Do you really want to know what's going on?
Yes.
There's a world you can't see. That's what dreaming is. Some
Okay.
people are able to see it. Some people are able to interact with it. That's what dreaming people do. There has been someone preying on old folks to get a bit of the dream world and to give it to other people. And they may be killing them for it. We're going to try and stop them. Right now, that is our biggest concern. I want to find your sister. I want to help your sister as much as I can. But right now, that is the biggest thing we need to figure out. I think Venus is involved in both your sister's disappearance and this dream harvesting that's been happening. Now, the question is, we have, like, looks at clock, we have X amount of time until we have people meeting us to help get those old folks out of the old folks' home and somewhere safe. In that time, we can either get ready, or do we go try and hunt down Venus? Because I'm pretty sure she's responsible for this in one way or another.
Is my sister responsible for hurting those old people in that home? She used to work there.
I don't think so. I have a theory, and it's just a theory. But I don't think so. I think that your sister doesn't know the cost that is taking place here. I could be wrong, but I guess I'm a bit of an optimist.
Holly's gonna turn to Samuel. Do you think that's something she's capable of doing knowingly? She's your sister. You would know better than us. Is that the price she would pay for fame? For immortality?
No. I don't think that would have been enough.
Whatever's going on in that home, it seemed to me she wanted us to find it and put a stop to it.
It might even be that she found out, and this entire thing, even her disappearance, is to get people who can help there. She left us the clues. She gave us the address. And that was maybe the only way she could help. Maybe her disappearing was her only way to tell us what was really going on.
Then let's go.
Do you want to help the old folks?
I'm going to do everything in my power to help my sister accomplish her wish.
Okay. Do you know how to drive?
With one arm?
It's not a stick, and Holly holds up her keys.
I could try.
What do you think your sister's last wish was? As far as you're aware.
It was to find us.
The last thing she said to me was that she couldn't wait to be beautiful. Maybe she meant she can wait for us to make her legacy beautiful or something, right?
Maybe that's what it meant. And Holly just kind of doesn't say what she's really thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's to do... I don't think Priya's clued in on whatever Holly and Jacob are thinking.
Oh, so out of character, Holly is not convinced that Lynette was not acting in some forms of selfish interest. She
made a deal of some
she
kind.
thinks that Samuel is convinced that she's a good person. Holly is not necessarily convinced that she's a good person. The fact that she left the clues to find the old folks' home is starting to lean her towards maybe she got herself into a situation that she didn't realize how bad it was and wanted out, and that's why she left the clues. But the fact that she got as far as she did, and the fact that she had anything to do with Venus makes her question her judgment, to say the least.
I think Priya is thinking a lot about the gallery and how Lynette's pieces were so vibrant and colorful, where others weren't, if I remember that moment correctly, Lloyd. And I think she is, like, thinking about beautiful in, like, that context. So... I think she kind of says to Samuel, well, maybe she was referring to her art and her pieces. I'm not 100% sure just yet. And she'll probably just like leave it there.
Sarah sort of nods, and you see him going up to pick up like a coat that he like slings over his shoulder, and he sort of gets himself ready. And he looks at the look on his door. It's like, I should probably, I'll get my neighbors to fix that. And we're gonna end the scene there. It is now downtime, everybody, before the big breakout.
All right.
Everybody cool? Everybody all right?
Yeah, I think it makes sense to get the old folks out first and then hunt down Venus.
Yeah.
Because you cannot do both.
Yeah, not at the same time, certainly.
No.
We could split the party.
We don't really have to hunt Venus. We know what she wants.
We know what she wants. We need to find her, and we need to possibly cut her head off.
But
Not
we
to
don't.
worry,
We can find her. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely find her. And
Yeah.
I have a feeling at the end of this episode, when the new episode starts up, you might have other priorities. But don't worry about that for now.
Oh, you bastard! You bastard!
Don't worry about it for now. Let's keep
Fucking
going.
I want
spoilers.
to a quick save. I like the quick save now, please.
Yeah, quick save. Let's see if we're leveled enough to take on Venus or not. And then if we're not, we can go do the side quests first.
I
No,
apologize, but like the last time to save was before you entered Samuel's house. There was a
Oh no!
sign
Save!
that said,
Like the auto save button or the auto save symbol is swirling in the bottom of the corner of the scrine constantly.
Can't go back.
Yeah,
It's all
No.
on Steam Cloud. So
we
anyway.
can't spawn here.
There are enemies nearby.
Oh my
You must gather
god!
your party for entering forth. Okay.
Venus is like a boss, not even a mini boss. Like
Yeah.
no, that's a much
Oh, that's what we
later-
think. It's gonna turn out that she was like the Taurus demon of this
Oh.
game. She was the first boss that was like, this is how you fight bosses in this game. And then
And
we gotta fight our
missed her
Taurus.
entirely.
All right. Let's focus. We're gonna speed this up. So, downtime kicks in. You can give attention to one of your themes. You can work the case. You can explore your mythos. You can prepare yourself for the next activity, or you can change the game.
What does change the
Recover,
game do?
or you can recover from your last activity, not change the game.
Okay.
So to put it to this, give attention, explore mythos will increase the attention on your mythos and logos respectively. Working the case will give you some clues to ask questions, and prepare for the next activity will help you recover burnt power tags or gain juice for when you try and roll change the game for later.
Okay. I'd like to explore my mythos, I think.
All right.
Because if I
Tell us which mystery you want to explore.
rally round the family,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll actually fill up my attention bar on it.
Nice.
And basically, I think what that means is Holly's gonna check in on everyone and make sure they're okay, starting with Jacob. Rally Around the Family is my Bastion theme book. And yeah, this is gonna be her going through and just like specifically she's gonna start with Jacob, and like with Samuel driving, I think at this point someone has to sit in the boot of my car.
So full.
Yeah, so I think Holly's gonna lean over to Jacob over Nathaniel's sleeping body, and Joe, would Holly already know about the bleeding?
Oh yeah. About the bleeding. I don't think anybody knows like the wolf.
The
as,
story
like, wolf's
behind it?
mythos, the story, but like yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I think you all know Jake can be monstrously strong, can
Mhm.
fight, he has weird bleeding things, and
Has
acts like a dog.
have we addressed it before? Or
I'm gonna
has
leave
he
that up to
avoided it?
you. I'm open either way.
I
Whatever
think
narrative you
Holly's
feel is
gonna
better
lean
for you.
over and say, "Are you finally gonna let me take a look at that?"
Look at what?
She's just gonna. Does the blood stain stay, or does it disappear like it's ethereal?
Eventually, I think of it as like Spider-Man's webbing.
Uh-huh.
After like an hour,
Ectoplasm.
like, it'll dematerialize.
she is going to. I think she's going to poke him in the stomach where the cut was. Because she wants to help him, but she's still an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no cut now. So you poke him in the... Yeah.
Yeah, just like Pillsbury Doughboy, poke him in the tummy.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing anybody can do about that.
No questions.
Too bad. Rose, aka Holly, does it feel good to hurt the wolf?
The car is cramped. She has her guitar case in her lap, and the answer is yes.
In which case, you can mark that attention.
Okay.
And you get one clue to ask me something related to that particular section, but also kind of the case if you want.
Okay.
At any point.
I
think there was something in there about rallying with the family, but also hurting the wolf that kind of made it feel good. And there's something connected to that in a sort of odd way.
What does Jacob say?
There's nothing anybody can do about that.
Says you.
And I would know.
Don't bleed out.
Okay.
And she's going to put her hand on his shoulder.
Trying not to.
With that done, what about the rest of you three?
We get one downtime action or two?
One downtime action.
That would be double downtime.
Time to
Wow.
double down.
You're welcome.
Did you need a moment to decide, Mo?
I'm going to prepare for the mission.
All right. Tell us how you prepare, and you recover all your bent power tags, or gain 3 juice with a method based on your description.
I am going to get a list of all of the people who are being cared for at this home. A list of all the people who work at this home. And I'm going to find out how many people should be on staff at the time we're scheduled to go there.
All right, I'll give it to you. You have enough resources to get everyone's names, including past and present people. Anytime you want to look up the names or look for something specific or send the names, let me know and I'll put it down.
And what's the name of this place again?
Santa Maria Old People's Home.
Done.
Leona and Joe, do you two have anything you want to use?
Do you want me to go? Or you good?
Go for it.
Okay. I would like to prepare. I don't think I need to refresh burnt tags, but I would love to have 3 juice.
What would you like to give out?
That's the part that I would love a little bit of help on. Is I'm not quite sure how Priya should prepare, but in my head it feels almost like she feels like she needs to be strong and powerful. Oh, maybe she goes for training. She does have some very basic fighting lessons. Maybe she feels like her downtime activity needs to be that she needs to be prepared for whatever might happen, in case she needs to fight something either in the dreaming or in IRL. And maybe she's just almost doing warm-up stretches and exercises and preparing her mind and body.
All right, keep 3 juice so you can use it whenever you need to do it to focus your mind and body to help you do something. But
feel free to look over my shoulder and see Jeremy's name on a list and just get incensed. He's the orderly who's kind of in charge.
Where should I write down?
Oh no, just write it down anywhere you want. Just remember you got it. And Joe?
Mechanical question.
Hit me.
So if I explore my mythos, does that give me an attention tick on it?
It gives you attention on that mystery's theme and also 1 clue.
Okay. And then what happens when I have 3 ticked off on a mythos?
You clear it, and then you give yourself a new power tag.
Oh, you add a power. Got it. Okay, cool.
There's some other stuff you can do as well, but your first one, make it easier for yourself to get a power tag.
Right. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to also prepare.
All right. What would you like to prepare with?
I think Jacob's gonna have an internal and emotional confrontation with the wolf. Because things might be coming to a head, and the wolf might need to come out, and there needs to be some ground rules.
Okay. How would you like that to? We can either play it out, or we could do it and say it's done, and you just prepare it for later, for when you need it.
I think we just see like scenes of Jacob looking in the mirror in his little studio apartment. He hasn't been paying his bills. He hasn't been going to work. There's a facade that he has everything in his life together, and that's Jacob. And then there's the other side where I don't give a fuck about humans. We have other things to do here, and that's the wolf. And there's a moment of him looking in the mirror in his little bathroom, and it's the wolf looking back, and it's Jacob talking to the wolf. And I don't know that we hear what they say, but we get the sense that there's a tense meeting between the two. And Jacob is still clutching at his side.
All right. With that done, mission marked attention. I believe you are all ready to roll, and I got a cough. And I'm fine. Everything's great. I'm a professional.
The mute button still doesn't work.
Can you not hear me?
We heard it.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, so we cut to the outside of the Santa Maria, what's called the Santa Maria Old People's Home. You can see that the area has already gone through some rather quick changes. As you get closer, you can see there's a few buses, like vans, like old people like the ones that you think like tranquil, are parked inside this big wall, this big giant area. You can already see that although night has fallen, the area itself looks like items have been moved out, things are being transported, things are being moved out of the area already. It looks like the place is getting ready to leave the next day. If anything, if you had not come tonight, there would not have been a Santa Maria tomorrow. Where would you like Jack to be with the bus for carrying people?
We're gonna say like he's like 2 blocks away until we go in, and then they're going to basically swarm the place, like parked outside.
Jack will gladly meet you up and is like, okay, I got the bus ready. I've got a few people. When you need us, want us 10 minutes in, 5 minutes in? Everyone's like ready.
Holly's gonna kind of look at her watch, think about it, think about how bad she wants to hit Jeremy in the face. We'll say back here in 15.
15. If you're not back here in 15 minutes, can we go
Um,
home?
you come in because that means I'm dead.
Oh, god damn it. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay. What is your game plan as you bring it to old people? Someone going to go rescue people?
Holly's also going to have stolen one of his cigarettes. She'll pay him back. She's good for it.
All right. What's your plan, everyone? There's the big moment. You're gonna break in.
I think there's a typical action plan where Adam is kind of a shock troop.
I'm the literal shock troop. Thank you very much.
So the shock troops absorb damage.
Were we going to go in physically or through the dreaming?
We're gonna have to get people out physically.
Mm-hmm.
I can do physically. I was thinking of bringing the Shanti Priya vibes and the.
We have not seen what you do yet. I want to see it so bad.
I'm just saying, she can bring the flames to the physical, and she can do the physical. No, fucking move this way.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I think Jacob is going to focus on staying with the elderly. Jacob's going to try to not be the wolf as much as he can, but if he needs to, he will.
All right. So let's go over what you have to get past. 1, Jeremy has doubled the guards at the old people's home. The place is looking more like a fortress than anything else.
Of course it does.
You have to deal with the status of just like heavily guarded, as people are in there and are watching every section. That's 1. 2, you have to then deal with getting the people out of the location that are in. And these are old people who are going to need help. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, we're being rescued. Whoa, yeah, let's go. Which is going to be a problem, which you might be able to solve with both Jack's people and yourselves to get them out. That's 2.
Continue.
There is a 3rd problem. Don't worry about it. When it comes up, I'll let you know.
Excellent. So I can go in the front door and
The
cause
guards.
a distraction so everybody else can go through the back.
What do the guards look like?
They are. How do I describe them?
Are they
They're
armed with batons, or do they have weapons?
They do not have guns
Hmm.
because the problem is that guns will attract way more attention. They are armed with batons and some electrical weaponry
Hmm.
because tasers are okay.
Are
Okay.
these medical, like, orderlies trained to do this, or are they like mercs brought in for security? Okay, got it.
Full on merctastic.
I can
Soldiers
handle
of
the
Distinction.
front. I can handle the front.
I can. I have so many things.
I was thinking me and Rose go to the front
Sure.
and Leona, I'm sorry, and Priya and
Jacob.
Jacob pretty much go to the back after noises are made, and you guys get people out, or at least make way for the bus to pull up and get people out.
The other thing I
I-
tell you now before you continue is that
I just want to pitch something real quick at the team. My doppelgangers are incorporeal,
Oh,
Mm.
so instead of y'all getting the shit beat out of you, I'm just saying,
you want
I
to
could
send
wreak-
them all the way through.
I could raise hell on the front of this building with all of
Alright.
these
I s-
disorderlies.
Okay.
So before we continue,
Okay.
I have something I'd like to propose to you, Leona. Leona, you can use your powers in concentrated efforts to focus on a few, or you can stop holding back.
Uh-oh.
Here's how this works. If you choose to stop holding back, you use your powers beyond what other people would normally consider safe. You go all in. This is your I'm burning the building down. There is a price that will be paid if you do it. But you essentially it gives you full control of the scene to do what you want. After that, I'm going to ask for a die roll.
Will it, like, you say burning the building down?
I mean, I'm not going to burn
that
the building down.
literal? Okay.
I'm
We
saying-
need the building standing.
Yes, you can go, I am blowing all my powers to do something incredible. And depending on how wide or how small you want that to be, whatever context you put it in, the roll you make afterwards will determine whether you just burn some tags or you lose access to some of your logos. Because as much fun as you all are making about, yeah, we're gonna go into the front door, I'm like, there's a lot of orderlies. It's gonna take some time.
Okay. I think we're all going through the front. And I think Priya needs a soundtrack.
Fuck it, we all go.
You can either all go to the front and all just fight your way in there and be like, screw it, and just give it a shot. Or you can be like, one of you can be like, I will stop holding back, let's do this. And then just solve the problem immediately.
Why
It's up to how you
not?
wanna go.
I mean, we did have a montage of Priya just preparing.
Can the stop holding back be a team move, essentially?
It cannot be a team move.
Damn it.
It has to be a personal, because it's very personal. You take the scene and you do the thing.
That's up to you.
We're going full doppelganger, baby. It's
Okay.
gonna be great.
Let's go!
It's gonna be great!
Okay.
Bad decisions!
So you tell me you're going to stop holding back, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Please describe what happens to take care of the first problem, being the majority of the guards. Because there will be nothing, no matter what you say, at the end of it, the second problem you have to deal with are going to be the old people. Every guard around here will be fine. And before you do, I gotta read something with it. I'm gonna make sure I get this right. I would say, since you're not holding back, that this is a significant use of your powers. Which means when you will roll +2. And if you roll, you will be perfectly fine.
Okay.
The sacrifice that will take from you from that will be you have to mark fade or crack and burn all the power tags on one of your themes of your choice. So essentially, you're sealing off a theme for this episode. That theme is just going to be useless for this episode.
Okay.
But you'll burn it and you will just get it done.
All right. So here's my thought. I'm thinking of using my subversion, which is reincarnation. And the question there is, how many times can I reincarnate? Like, we know that Shanti's able to do multiple things at once. She wants to know just how many times she can do this.
Okay.
Her doppelgangers are known to be charmingly trustworthy and a little bit sneaky. They also have incorporeal bodies, which is a weakness, but it might work in our favor in this case. And the way I kind of envision things going is just this, like, Priya's not physically in front of this building because that sounds dangerous, but all of her doppelgangers, like, there's just multiple of her. Like, for each guard there is another Priya.
Into the Priyaverse.
It's literally into the Priyaverse. And there is just like, and it's just like one after the other, and it's like one Priya goes, "Hey," and like distracts a guard, and then another one goes, "You," like it's just like boom, 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 boom. Like, they're all just distracted.
Weirdly enough, that's the most stealthy entrance you could possibly have.
It's
It's incredibly disturbing, and I love it.
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck because you're just like, this is really stealthy, but also all of a sudden all the guards are taken care of.
Okay. Give me a roll. How many logos stop things do you have?
How many logos cards?
Yes.
M2.
Put +2 in the box for rolling, and click stop holding back, and pray you get a hit.
Do I need to also select the power tags?
Nope.
Okay. Where is stop holding back?
It'll be on the cinematic moves. If you look at the top on the moves.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a second button.
Oh.
Surprise!
Oh. Okay. Whew.
Good luck.
That's a 14.
That's plenty. Oh wait, hold on. You added too much. You added +3 somehow to it because.
Oh god, did I do it
It's
wrong?
okay. No, it's fine. Even if you minus that, you still above +10. So in that case, since you did that, just mark fade or crack on one of your themes of your choice. Something has to give. What theme takes a crack or a fade on what you've just done?
I wonder if it's Queen of Hearts, and if she's
not as nice. I feel that makes sense.
Right? I was like, I'm debating between either the reincarnation or Queen of Hearts. Like, this is not as nice of her. Let's do Queen of Hearts.
Do it, yeah. Mark one crack on that.
I have marked a crack.
All right. Once it's done, everyone, like Leona, you have control of the scene. Tell me what happens. Where does everyone end up before the camera continues?
I think this kind of full frontal dispersal of the what did we call them in chat? We had a great name for them. The ne'er-do-wells, the disorderlies, the disorderlies. The disorderlies have been dispatched. They are very distracted and very much in disarray. And Priya just kind of like poltergeists them a little bit, like just like parts the sea of disorderlies so that we can just walk in through the front door. Like, move, bye. We're doing our
We're
thing
having
now.
like a whole Home Alone thing happening all over the area. It's just happening all around. And you can see Samuel's like, what is going on?
Yeah, Priya probably looks a little spookier than normal. Like, if Samuel looks over, Priya probably looks
Are you hovering off the ground yet?
not hovering off
Come
the ground.
on. Come on.
You might as well.
Alright, fine. Her face is scary, her hair is flying, and she's hovering off the ground. She looks
Full
like
Phoenix,
she looks
full
terrified.
Phoenix.
This is your fault, Rose. We're putting this one on you.
Yep.
Okay, with that done and dusted, the rest of you are in the area. The guards are all distracted, or at least having their hair pulled by like poltergeist Priya. It is a mess. No one's getting any work done. Nobody cares about you. The guards were not briefed on poltergeist. You've got them on the place. It's not gonna be for very long. What do you want to do?
I chaperoned Sam into the hospital.
Oh, we're taking him in with us? It was going to make him wheelman.
I think he needs to come.
That's a choice.
Sure.
Rose is like, I've already broken it once. It's fine.
Hey, at least this time it won't be my fault.
True.
I
He
let him
comes
know.
along in,
I said,
he's
look,
like,
if
Mhm.
anything comes at us, get behind me.
Get behind you. Got it.
And then I turn and say, if anything comes at us, stay out of my way.
Okay, got it. He looks over at
Holly.
Holly and Priya's like, do I need a warning from you?
If anything comes at us, duck, dip,
Duck.
dive, dodge.
I don't have
We're fine. We can handle
We
ourselves.
cool? We cool? Okay, we're cool. All right, great.
You'll be fine.
Sticks next to Priya from now on. All right.
Who's hovering off the ground?
Oh yeah, never mind.
At this point, the person who's already broken his arm is the least terrifying.
All right, so you're in the hospital. What do you do?
Are the old folks home, you mean?
And old folks, yes, yeah, old folks home.
I want to find Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, you're like, I'm gonna play. You're like, oh,
You
Jeremy
didn't
1v1,
even have to
boy.
fight
Let's
him
go.
yet.
Let's go.
I got
Let's
to
go.
fight. Anyways,
You can all fight Jeremy at the right time. You just hang on. You just hang on.
everyone gets a Jeremy.
Everyone gets a Jeremy. Okay, so you're gonna go look for Jeremy, and I'm assuming you're also gonna look for Jeremy. Who's gonna think of the old people?
I actually was also going to look for old people, not go straight for Jeremy.
All right. Okay. Quick question, Jake. Adam, you're the only one of the list of people here. So if you
Yes.
go look for Jeremy, they're not gonna know how many people are left behind.
Oh, they have a list because I have a list.
Yeah, but it's your list.
Oh,
It's your juice.
got it. So, I keep an eye out for Jeremy.
Mhm.
And
People really want to beat up Jeremy so bad.
I start I get Sam's help and I start rolling people out, and I think we're going out the back door, which probably has facilities for ambulances and hearses.
All right, and with enough prompts, once you start moving people out, Jack will get in and start funneling people out as well. And if you want, Adam, you can give Samuel the list, and Samuel can start knocking people off.
We start
What
doing
is the response from the old folks when and what are we telling them? Are we just telling them, hey, we need to evacuate?
Yeah, evacuate. Gas leak.
Yep. Sure.
I'm
Gas
not
leak.
gonna make a roll for that because I think these old people are so excited to have something else happen. They're like, okay, let's keep going. Why not? It's all good.
distraction in their routine.
Mr. Adam?
Yes.
Sir? Sir?
Yes.
My list is incomplete.
What do you see that shouldn't be here?
No, I mean, there's people missing. I'd make an account.
Okay. Let's look further downstairs.
All right, do you want this list back?
Yes.
Who's
And so I'll pass it
missing?
over to you.
Is Nathaniel one of the people listed as missing?
Nathaniel's been crossed off
Good.
because they were soon to cross off the list, but there's about 10 people missing from the list.
I let you guys know. Somewhere there are hidden people.
Or have already been taken somewhere else. Jacob, could you ask one of those fine orderlies where those people are?
Okay. Jacob walks up to one of the orderlies.
All right,
but it's not.
Go on. One of them is like in the corner, terrified by this spectral monstrosity.
Yeah. Like I think in juxtaposition, Jacob is just kind of right now. He's just Jacob. Walks up to you, orderlies. We're trying to get these folks out of here, and looks like we're missing a few. You have any ideas where they might be?
I don't feel I should make you roll because he's already terrified. So he's like, red basement, red basement.
Red basement. Anything I should know about getting down there and getting those people out?
And he just starts screaming.
I'm going to put a hand on this person's shoulder and lean in. You're going to calm down and take a few breaths. And if I have to ask you again, you're not going to like it.
I don't know. I'm not allowed down there.
Breathe. We're trying to help these people. If there's anything useful that you can tell me, it'll be best for everyone.
May I convince roll, please?
Okay. I have a tag. I feed off of fear or injustice. Can that be applied?
I'll give it to you.
I feel like you should be able to apply that one twice. Fear and injustice.
Interviewing and interrogation from my claims investigating.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. And then it's convince. Here we go.
A 9.
Not to worry. He is already terrified by Priya's whole existence, and that gives you a +2 as a status on top of that.
Nice.
So he will. What's the status you will give him if he does not take it? Actually, no, he'll get a status anyway because you were convinced. You got the number, and if I'm not mistaken, give me 1 second. Gotta check my rules. On a 10, they can choose to change their identity to include yours, at least the time being. So they go, I don't know. I'm just an orderly. I'm not allowed downstairs. That's where Mr. Jeremy keeps the people. He has his business stuff done there. I don't care. I'm just trying to get. I'm looking at a paycheck, man.
I suggest you find another job quickly.
He nods enthusiastically.
Stay out of our way.
And you see him like scrambling to get out of the way. I think that answered your question, right? Because he doesn't know. He's terrified, but he did say Jeremy is down there, so that works.
Right. We need to head downstairs, and it looks like Jeremy is the one we want.
Can you use your nose to get him? Find him? Away.
I'm not your dog, but yes. You're noticing that there's a bit of the wolf coming out right now? Yeah, so this isn't how Jacob
It's edge. It's edge.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacob's gonna try to sniff out Jeremy.
All right. I mean, there's no need to roll because that last roll got you to the basement. It takes you. It's not hard for you to go down, and it's the same path you took, Holly, in Nathaniel's dream, to get you down to the red door.
Yep. I'd like to shatter the door.
Or like just break it.
I've got the axe on my back.
Smash into pieces.
Yep. I'm very angry at that door.
Excellent. You grab the axe, you bring it down, it shatters to pieces. Who's standing in front of the door when you do that?
On the other side, you mean?
No, on your side.
Oh.
Are you all down there together?
Yeah.
It sounds good. As soon as the door shatters, like it absolutely breaks down, you hear something cock, and you hear a shotgun go off in what's called in that door. I'm gonna say just you, Rose. Face danger.
Uh-huh.
Can I face danger for her?
No,
I'm
you
good at
cannot.
this. I'm good at this.
Okay.
Yeah, so someone in the Twitch chat was asking about my Rally Round the Family theme book, and this is what it's good for when I'm at the front of a crowd. So I'm going to go ahead and tag I've Had Worse, Together We're Unstoppable, and can I tag the Downtrodden, damn it? I'm trying to help old folks.
I can't give it a downtrodden because there's a 1v1 with you and the person behind that.
Okay.
What's a 1v1?
Let's see. Can I tag Shatter Everything? As I
Yeah,
shatter the door?
No, we can't. You just okay, I'll give it to you.
I mean, I can do it against authority. That one is a much better one.
Well, he's not really authority.
Okay.
He's kind of a guy with a shotgun.
Okay. Do I get Shatter Everything?
I'll give you Shatter Everything.
Okay. So those are my 3. And then I'm gonna face danger. And that's a 13.
All right.
Like I said,
so
this is what I'm good
What
at.
happens when a shotgun hits you? Does it hit you, or do you get out of the way, or do you just tank it?
So this is kind of how I imagine the scene goes. We get into the hallway. Holly has looked like herself most of this, her mundane self. And as she sees the door, she kind of unzips the bag on her back and pulls the axe out. And as the axe is in her hand and it comes out of the case, her hair goes into the Liberty Spike mohawk again. And her outfit changes from mundane clothes into this ripped up long sleeve, ripped up black jeans. She has a vest on that is covered in patches, and lightning is starting to crackle around her fingertips. And she shatters the door and takes a shotgun blast in the chest and keeps walking.
Damn.
I like it. I love all of that.
The guitar riff to California Uber Alles is playing currently.
All right, so as you come into the room, you walk in and you can see that there's a whole bunch of hospital beds just laid out on the side, and you see a few of them have older people inside them. 3 things will come up, and they'll be from each one will be from differently. Mo, Adam, when you come in there and you look, you can see these tubes running down around where their head is, and it's pumping something into their arm. And these liquids are mixing together in their own way. You recognize alchemy.
Yes.
This is full-on Frankenstein alchemy on the spot. Jacob, as you walk in and you take a big smell, there's that earthy smell once again coming through that, and you recognize it from what's called their vials that are like laid up next to them. It looks like they're lying down and they're shaking. Their dreams are being collected into that little vial that you had before. Rose and sorry, not Rose. Polly and Priya, you recognize Jeremy standing out there with a shotgun out, and he looks at you and he looks really, really mad about the fact that you're there. So he sort of shrugs, and then he takes what looks like one of those vials and he knocks it out, and he goes, "In for a pound." And he takes it to his nose and he sniffs, and you see the fluid go through his nose. As it runs through his nose, his body seems to transform. Like his face seems to get contorted, and his form changes slightly larger. And you notice 2 horns growing out from the side of his head. His legs become like hoofs with like weird fur underneath it. And when he wields the shotgun and he puts it on his back, even the shotgun itself seems to have stretched out and become what looks like a double-handed axe on the other side as he stares you down and turns into the strange minotaur chimera nonsense where he is, and you face him down. What do you do, everyone?
Fuck Jeremy up.
Adam,
So
what you do?
I go for the alchemy juice and the dream juice.
All right, so you rush towards there. He'll see you go, and he will throw his axe. He'll throw it like a boomerang, roll straight towards you. Face danger. If you succeed, you get there. The status he's put on you is basically bound, where he will hit the axe and pin you to the ground with it if you fail.
Do I get to use stuff?
Yep.
I'm gonna click feels no pain
Nice. Just ignore it.
and
The flesh wound.
hatred of
It's a
alchemist.
question.
I like it. Add that together to it as well.
So that's 2 face danger.
Yep. And that is a fail.
So did it take the +2?
Oh no, it didn't take the +2. You're right. No, it did take the +2. Yes, it did.
It did.
It's-
Okay,
Yeah, you rolled a 2 and a 1.
got it.
So you're rushing off to get there, and he throws the axe, and you take the full status. As he throws the axe towards you, the axe embeds into your arm, sends you flying, and then you are pinned to the wall with the axe in your body.
Nice.
Like it's literally stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
You see it like jutting out. You will gain this. What's the best way to put a status of someone with an axe in their body stuck to a wall?
What's the best status to put on them?
Pinned.
What's the
Pinned.
name?
Yeah, pinned was a good one.
Pin is kind of not in exactly what I want. What's a bit more?
Axed?
You know what? Axed is fine. Take axed 3.
He's in body
Where
spirits.
am I putting that? I'm sorry.
If you scroll down to tracking cards only,
Yep.
you will see that's where all the tracking cards can be kept. So you have an idea of what statuses you have. And I'll keep an eye on them so I know what I need to minus from your rolls when you're doing your roll. I hope.
Got it.
Nice. That was you. Leona, you want to do something quickly, right? Priya, right?
I want to fuck Jeremy up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, come on. Jeremy's ready for you.
Oh lord. Am I still in my my ultra spooky stop holding back?
Yes, but that scene is done, so you're kind of
Okay.
back on the ground again. So you're like, hi,
Okay.
it's me,
Hi.
I'm Priya. How's
It's
it going?
me. Hi.
Having a
I'm
great
the Priya.
time.
It's me.
Living the dream.
Well, she might kind of get a little fiery again because it's Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy's like, come at me.
All right, fine. I will come at you then. Like
Mhm.
this time we're going full vengeful spirit. We've got magical fire, terrifying, and telekinetic. I want to fuck this guy up.
All right, and Jeremy will charge you at the same time. You will take a -2 for his Minotaur status as he's going for you with that.
Will the juice that I have, the 3 juice that I have to strengthen myself?
No, it will not. That is for changing the game. You're currently just going for him. So you're going to roll toe to toe.
Okay, got it. And toe to toe. I think I did that right.
Yes, you did. You gave us a +1. Was that +1 of 2 things I did? Or -1 would make it roll. Either way, you probably got a 10.
Okay. Yeah,
Pick
I'm not
2 from the list.
sure. Not quite sure where how that happened.
That's all good. We still love you.
Thank you.
Pick 2 from the list. You can either achieve your goal, whichever you want it to be, aka take something to hold. You can get them good, inflict a status on them, it'll be a +1, or you can dodge, block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you
I'd
don't
like
choose to dodge, they will hurt you.
Okay. Can I inflict? I will 1 dodge, 2 inflict a status.
All right, what status you want to give him?
What can I give him? Does the fact that he's being set on fire help at all?
Yeah, if you want us to set him on fire for 1, that's fine.
Yep.
Emily.
I'm
I'll
set him
call
on
it
fire. This is
I'm gonna
the-
go for
the-
singe because it's 1. It's not like you're not like on fire for
Yeah.
1.
Singe
So
will do, but
Singe.
yes, Priya is full hellfire mode.
All right, so yeah, he
Girl
charges
is
you.
on fire.
What does it look like when he charges you and you cinch him?
I feel like Jeremy sees her, she sees Jeremy. It's like just the 2 of them almost like charging at each other, and Priya just like holds out a hand, and it's just like this flames like radiating off of her palms, and she just like, I think she just manages to kind of like swipe at him with some of these flames as she dodges his like charge, you know?
Nice,
That's
nice,
neat.
nice. Yes, you do it. It's mwah, it's immaculate. It's beautiful. He falls back. He's cursing as hard as he can, trying to get some words in, but he just can't seem to do it right. Who wants to go next? He's got one on him so far, but he's still there.
Jacob's just focusing on helping the old folks right now.
All right. Well,
Boo.
but also don't forget that you have a friend who is trapped in the wall.
Oh, well, that's true.
He'll get better.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and see if I can dislodge the axe. Actually,
I think that's fair.
two people will make this go quicker.
Give me a change the game to try and dislodge this huge axe from the wall that he's stuck on.
Okay. Let me see. Just seeing if I have any tags that can help me. I don't think I have too much here. It's not so much of a strength thing. I'm gonna use huff. Can I apply huff and puff in this?
I'll give you
situation?
half a puff.
Yeah. And then change the game. Okay. Mild success.
All
it looks
right.
like.
Minus I spend nothing. Reduce reduce Adam's axe status down by 1, and you pull them out. They still have that wound in their side, but it'll probably heal later. It's fine. They'll walk it off. Holly. Jeremy is here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's a sexy minotaur.
He's not sexy. I know too much about him.
Okay. Ew, I'm not gonna deal with this part.
No, it's
Ew.
more that he's a monster in the non-literal sense.
He is a monster nonetheless.
The literal monster is fine. It's the figurative monster that I have a larger problem with, and he made a very bad mistake. See, he doesn't have an axe, and
No, he
I
doesn't.
do. Is he still standing?
He's still standing. He's just a little bit burned.
Okay. I'm gonna take his right arm off.
All right. Let's see if you can manage it. Remember, you have a -2 to the roll from his status of Minotaur.
Okay. Yeah. If I burn, I can only get up to a +3, and that
is
can't take
it.
me higher, right?
Can't take you higher. You can't go higher than +3 no matter what. Anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna tag Sonic Slice, Violence and Volume, and Against Authority.
All right, and then take a -2 to that, so it gives
Yep.
you a 1. Which means you're not. Well, 1 will not be enough to cut his arm off. It's just the higher the power, the more strength you have. Now, if you found ways to lower his status of Minotaur, then you can be like, all right, I'm gonna chop off his arm.
Okay. What do I want to do here? I'm gonna tag Bloodlust.
Yeah, do it.
So I'm actually gonna be at a net 0 for this.
Yeah.
So, things can only go well. This is hit with all you've got, or face danger, or go toe to toe.
I will toe to toe. Currently, he's not weakened enough to get to that state.
Okay, toe to toe. That's a 9.
All right, nice.
-1. No, that should be a minus, because I tagged Bloodlust. That should be a -3. So it should be a 7.
Sure. Okay.
I think.
Are you sure?
So 2d6.
+6 +4.
Mild success.
Remember,
It didn't tag Sonic Slice in the rest.
There we
That's
go.
weird.
That makes sense because you rolled really well.
Yeah. So
I'll assume that
on the dice that was a 10.
Yeah.
And so that should be a 10, not a 9.
Yeah. So you'd have 0 power, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So you do 1 power damage to him. What do you want to pick from that list? You get to pick 2 things.
2 things. Let's see. So I can. I'm gonna let him put a status on me, and I'm going to. Can I knock down his Minotaur effect by 1?
No, you cannot. You need to change the game.
Oh, change the game for that. Okay. So. Yeah. Then in that case, I will get them good and increase the power or whatever that
Singed.
does.
Yeah, that sounds good. He's already been singed, but you could like go into those wounds.
I'm gonna
the
say
burn wounds to make
he's
it worse.
sliced will be the one I
Yeah.
add. And I'm going to, and then I'm gonna block his counterattack.
All right. So far, the fight is going great. Jeremy sort of has you where he wants you. You haven't really like moved around to make the thing go up. For those of you who want to know a bit more, if you want to get to the point where you can hit him with what you've got to change the game and put him in a situation where you're superior to him, so that you can be like, right, we have the advantage, slam him down. That's one way to take him down. Secondly, going toe to toe is always fun and always great. But if that's not what you want to do, other options are available. So don't feel like you've been tied down to exactly the combat. Currently, Jeremy is #the mini boss of the episode. So don't worry too much about how you want to interact and what you want to do with him for that specifically. Other than that, Jeremy is slowly being pushed back by you, but the fighting that's going on around is breaking up like some of the beds, some of the people. There's people in here who are going to get hurt if you don't move them out of the way. What would you all like to do? Go on, Mo.
Adam goes for the juices.
What do you want to do when you get there?
I take the dream juice and the alchemy juice.
What do you want to do when you get there with those? Are you gonna hold them? Are you gonna?
They
Because currently
seem,
no one's stopping you from getting your hands on
they
them.
seem to disappear in my hands because I have a secret compartment.
Oh, it's not that grab. There's a lot though. Well, yeah, you can probably.
I just want some.
You'll get some done.
Yeah.
Sorted. What else would you like?
I have Sam push this person to safety. Yeah.
All right. You look back at Sam to help you, and Sam looks terrified.
Sam's terrified. I know.
Yes.
I'm trying to get you guys out of here. Let's go.
He sort of looks around. It's like, okay, and he starts trying to help in his own small little way, trying to grab things and move it back up. And you see his hands are shaking.
Do I have to do a thing to him?
Nope. He's fine. Currently, you've got bigger things to fry about it. He's doing it. He's just shaking quietly as he does so.
Okay.
I'll leave you to doing that if that's what you want to leave yourself to,
Yep.
helping those people. All right. What about the three of you?
I am wondering if I can change the game in some way, shape, or form to kind of protect what's going on here. Can I the simplest solution that comes to mind is, can I somehow punt Jeremy through a wall so that the fighting is elsewhere, away from this evacuation?
That is not a bad idea. You can definitely go for that. His Minotaur will come up against it. Also, don't forget you have control of fire, so you could make a ring of fire that seals him in.
Can you
Let's do that.
pull him through walls like Kitty Pryde?
Like incorporeal the whole.
Yeah, well, because your doppelgangers are incorporeal. Can you make him incorporeal and yeet him out of the room?
I have poltergeist and I have incorporeal doppelgangers. We can mishmash some shit together. Yes.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
All right,
X-Men
what on
crossover,
earth-
go!
What on earth am I clicking to do this?
Change the game.
I would say change the game because you'll be putting him in a different position, and whatever you think applies. His Minotaur bonuses will not apply to this.
Oh shit. Okay, so so no minus. I'm gonna reset the thingy. And so we're saying doppelgangers and poltergeisting? Telekinesis?
Do it. Sounds good.
Yeah, do you have anything else that would
check
work?
in there.
Doppelganger?
No, just doppelganger work. If you want to use a weakness against yourself, now's the time.
Overwhelming destruction.
Spoken like the devil.
Yeah. Overwhelming destruction.
let's-
Yes. Woman after my own heart. Holly Heart.
Oh, and as this has changed the game. Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I hope that rolled correctly.
Oh, it just popped
Nice.
up. You got a 10. It's
Woo!
done. I would say you can either okay, so you can spend just a heads up. Whatever you do, you can scale it up. So you can punt him wherever you want in the hospital if you scale it up.
glorious. I mean, I have the juice to spend. I will scale it up and punt him away from this situation. I will take the fight elsewhere so that this.
All right.
This
Do you want
evacuation
to punt
can
him
happen
outside?
safely. Yeah.
Yeah, screw it. Why not?
Minotaur on the
Um,
lawn.
How many
And-
juice? How many juice am I spending to punt him
You
outside?
have 2. It will cost you 2 to punt him outside.
Not a problem.
So yeah, describe how you get him out of there with your incorporeal form, Kitty Pryde style.
I imagine it's we're putting the hood back up for this because it's spooky. It's spooky. This is scary lady. This is a scary lady doing scary lady things, and it is almost like the void opens up beside Jeremy, and there's just these incorporeal ghostly hands that are like that just kind of appear. Like there's flames, there's ghosts, like it's the full on black and orange visual effects are happening here.
Nice.
And they just kind of grab him and yoink. Like if it's pulling him through walls, it's pulling him through walls. If there is rubble, there is rubble, but he is outside. And Priya will go chasing after him.
All right. Anyone else going after him?
I think Holly like wants to, but like sees all of the old folks still here, and is like, as soon as like the thing she wanted to kill isn't in the room, she's able to think a little bit better.
You see me with my arm dangling, and I look at you and I say, "Go." He has to be stopped.
Holly just like deep breath and then just a whitest smile in the world and runs out with the axe.
All right. Deal with you 2 in a minute. I'll be right there. Okay, can I pull this off? Let's find out. While you 2 are running up and 1v1ing Jeremy at Rust.
2v1ing.
2v1ing Jeremy
At Rust.
You meet me at Dragon. The 2 of you, Jacob and Adam, you start trying to get people out, but you can see they're still like connected to it, and they're still in that weird kind of dream state. What would you like to do about that?
Jacob will kind of look over to Adam and say, I guess one of us has to do this from the other side.
You want me to go? I'll go.
Yes.
You destroy the alchemy.
No, I have to do this.
Okay.
You deal with the alchemy.
All right. So I start breaking all the alchemies, and we'll set it on flyer later.
You could say he's an atom smasher.
Get out. You see, someone's really excited, trying to help you, trying to go for it to break it out. Jacob, you're gonna slip in and send a wolf, right?
Yes.
Cool. Face danger.
Okay. Okay. And I also have the 3 juice from preparation. Does that play into this at all?
Only for changing the game.
Okay. So face danger. Can I tag Wolf's Instincts?
Yes.
Okay. And can
Essentially,
I tag...
something is waiting for you when you jump.
Yeah, can I tag... Well, I don't know that I'm fighting, so it's not beastly fighting. But can I tag my thick skin and hide?
No, none in this case.
Okay. Okay. I'll just go in with that. That's
all right. That should be fine.
And face danger?
Okay. Oh, that's not so bad. All right.
Okay.
So you decide to jump into the dreaming. At first, when you're trying to do it, something seems to be blocking you. You're not quite sure what exactly it is, but you break right past it. And as you do, the room shifts. As it shifts, you can see that the place has changed. It's no longer the weird, strange hospital. Instead, it is a garden. A garden with multiple grapes and seeds lined up. Grapes are like fruits lined about the side. The table that you kind of remember seeing from a different perspective. It looks like an orchard all spread out. And as you look around in your wolf form, aka the wolf, where the beds are all where fruits and things are particularly, and someone is picking them one by one and putting them into a basket, and you recognize that person to be Lynette. As you jump into the dream world to try and rescue these people, she turns towards you, and as she does, her face changes, like it contorts in a really strange way, and snakes reach out and wrap around you and hold you down where you are. You're like struggling, but you feel it holding you down. In the real world, or the world that we consider the real world, you, Adam, will notice that Jacob starts bleeding from where they are as this ties you down. Gain the status 2 of dream captured is not the word I want to use for this.
Ensnared?
Yeah, ensnared. Spirit ensnared.
Okay.
Soul snare.
There we go. Soul snare. That works. That's what I want.
Alliteration.
That's the daddy.
Got it.
That's up to you right now. Rose, Leona, I will be with you in 1 minute. I just need to set the scene before I continue. As you do, while you're there, Adam and Samuel are still helping you like lift things and throw things away and do the best he can to help you dismantle this thing.
Can I make a change the game roll
To do what?
and put the dream juice that's coming out of them, that's being harvested, to go back into them?
What, into the people?
Yeah, because they're taking it out, so I want to put it back in.
That is a risky venture. You'll have to be like a really good alchemist to do that.
I have alchemy. Fluent in alchemy, no less.
I
All right.
believe in Adam. Do it.
Let me see how this person would react. Before you roll, you start going for it to get it all done. Describe what it looks like.
So I take the alchemy fluid, and there's joy on my face as I pour it on the ground, and that might actually startle Sam because joy is not a thing my face does.
What does Adam look like when he smiles?
His teeth are irregular and stained, like he's been drinking coffee for decades.
Nice.
And his eyes, they contort. It's not evil, but it's not a joyful look. He's someone who has been on a mission for maybe 100 years, and this is his victory. Like he doesn't have the bandwidth to imagine what tomorrow looks like, because today's the end.
Nice. All right. So as you're pulling it up and he's watching you,
and then I look and I see the dream juice. I pinch the hose that's going up into wherever, and I then run it back into them.
Okay. Keep it up. We're gonna cut away from you and we'll cut to you, Jacob, on the floor, snared as you are. You can see Lynette is looking at you and shaking her head. She's like, "You people are too fast. I thought you'd be slower than this." And she's harvesting what it is. And you see her basket that she has of fruits. She's walking up to what looks like an altar and she's placing them on it. That's what you see from your end.
Yeah.
That's what the wolf sees anyway.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do before I continue?
As the wolf, I am going to make it clear to her in the way that the wolf makes things very, very clear. Stop what you're doing right now.
As the wolf makes it very clear and you make it stop right now, she turns towards you and she goes, "I feel fear from your voice. Terror. Something you've invoked in me that I haven't felt in a while. But it pales in comparison to the one who I made the pact with. Your voice means nothing to whom I worship, to whom this sacrifice is to be made, so I can finally ascend and become beautiful. She turns up and she looks at the altar and she lifts her hand up. And as she does, you can see the clouds are starting to darken in your own weird way they were the last time you were here. And you can already sense the words that she doesn't say. She's summoning the Dream Eater. However, as she's doing this, Mo, give me a change the game roll.
Right.
I'm sorry, Leona and Rose. I swear I'll be right
No,
there.
this
I'm
is
just
amazing.
doing plot.
Don't stop.
Just doing plot
Don't
shit.
stop.
Please
Keep going.
keep going. Please, it's fine. Just more.
So if I burn fluent in alchemy, I
You
get
+3 automatically.
+3. Okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna do it to change the game. I got a 6.
It's okay. I know how this works. Jacob, when you want to do something like take an actual action through on, let me know.
Yep.
I don't want to like, because I know there's 4 of you and you're all split up in different areas, and I'm trying to make it make sense.
Yeah. No,
I didn't
that's
ask
fine.
for this. I'm trying my best. I'm really sorry.
You're doing great.
But let me know. So
I want to build the tension up a little bit, but I think eventually Jacob will do a thing.
Gotcha. Adam, you're like making it work, carrying on, sort of making it go through it as best as you can, like trying to keep the thing working on. And you've got the formula right. You've got it perfectly right. Everything is exactly as it is. Let me make sure this right. Which is why when the electrical shock runs through your back, you least expect it. Something hits you and something runs through you, and you feel the electricity just running through every single part of your body, and you feel yourself contort and you hit the ground. It's like being struck by lightning again.
Not
and you hit the
again.
ground, and you turn around and you see Samuel is holding a stun gun.
Yep. I was
And
waiting
he
for
has
that.
you on the ground. But his eyes are wide and he's looking at his hands like, what the hell? In the dream world, Jacob, you look over and you see Lynette has put her hand out and she's holding something. You're not quite sure what. And she seems to be just shooting at something else. And she's like, I will not be stopped. As she says this at the same time. In the real world, Adam, you are literally watching him with his hand out. And you can see as his hand is out, a tattoo is forming on his hand, slowly moving up and around his back as he does so. Let's get away from you two and jump onto the Minotaur fight, shall we?
Yep.
No, are you sure? Do we have
Yes!
to?
Look, your fight is so easy. This is really complicated. I gotta do 2 separate things at once. I am trying, people. I am trying.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Quick mechanics question. How do I reduce his Minotaur status?
You tell me how you want to do it. I'll say what move it does. Usually it's change the game.
Okay.
Change the game is very simple for removing that status.
So he
Currently it's been invoked by dream powers.
did he inhale the dream stuff?
Yes, he did.
I'm going to knock it out of him, like I'm through his lungs.
Oh, I love the like.
No, not by hitting him. I'm gonna take the axes like this, flip it over, and hit a chord. And I am going to send sound through him.
I love it. Hit me at that roll. Change the game.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna tag Violence and Volume, Hellraiser, and Together We're Unstoppable because I'm teaming up with Priya.
I will not give you Together Unstoppable. You are using music. Priya is not.
That is fine. I will use Sonic Slice if that's all right.
I will not give you Sonic Slice. You're not slicing with music.
Okay.
You are playing music to get it out of his body.
Let's see. Can I still tag Against Authority then?
Yeah, go on. That'll be nice.
Sweet. Okay, and then I'm gonna change the game. Do I have any other modifiers on
Penalties?
me? The -2 from.
You do not. No, that'll be a good time for you to use that weakness point. Just letting you know.
Do I bring the riot?
Just letting you know.
Do I bring the riot?
Do it. Bring the riot. Do it.
I bring the fucking riot.
Do it.
All right,
Do
change the
it.
game. Oh, and I think I had a -1 on my power for some reason. It's still a 7, so that's fine.
You still got it. You still got it. All right. That will. Muscot. You only put the riot. You didn't put the rest of them in. But that will be enough. Do you want to spend it to drop his Minotaur attack down?
Okay, so actually, with a +3, that would be a total of 10 then.
2. Yes.
Okay.
No. Remember, Muscot. That's not including the die roll with the -1. So that would be on top of that. So that would be I'll give you 10.
Yeah. So I rolled an 8 +3 -1 is 10.
Yes.
Quick maths.
With that done, you could get rid of the Minotaur status entirely.
I really wanted to take one of his horns and stab him with it, but instead I'm gonna make him a person again.
All right. So with that done, and you play it through him, I don't know, describe what it looks like to me.
Yeah. So Holly,
right there.
like every time it cuts to kind of like close to Holly, you're hearing California Uber Alles playing kind of in the background, and then she's just going to hit that. It's kind of an almost surf guitar riff that opens that song, and she's just going to start shredding it, and it hits him like a sucker punch in the stomach, and you just see the like dream like Technicolor just shoot out of his mouth and like leave him basically vomiting on the floor, turning into a person again.
All right. And as he turns to a person, he looks up and he sees Priya standing right there. Priya, would you like to hit him with all you've got?
Oh my goodness, would I ever. Let's do the thing. Pretty please. We are going to be magical fire, terrifying and telekinetic, potentially overwhelming destruction, and hit with all you've got.
Do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Doesn't matter what you pick, you're gonna take him out. Describe what it looks like.
Gosh, what is a good, satisfying way of getting rid of this man?
Drag him to hell. Drag him to hell.
I don't know if I can do that.
That's a bit far. I mean, if you want to stop holding back, I'll let you drag him to hell. You did it once, that's enough.
I've done that once in an episode. I think that's enough. No, there is the horrific version of Shanti there, and there is like, as he turns back into this human, he is just like surrounded by these magical flames, like all around him. Like he can't go anywhere. He is trapped. And when he realizes that he is trapped, that's when he sees Priya standing there. And I think that telekinetic power just like picks him up, grabs him, and like throws him against a stone wall. Like,
don't just throw him into the stars, like
Team Rocket.
Rocket him into his face.
Not necessarily like Team Rocket, like throws him against a stone wall. Like, be gone. And
be gone!
Be gone, hit a stone wall, and crumple into the dust that you are. It's kind of her.
Alright, yeah,
like,
he's not getting up again.
No.
Homie's got a lot of broken bones. You gotta do stuff like that. That'll be the journey fight done. Congratulations. I'm gonna now jump back to the losing team, and I'll do this in a minute. Do excuse for a sec. Whoop. So, Jake, what's called? Currently, Adam, you're on the ground being tased, but the tattoo's coming up. You see, Lynette looking towards you at the wolf and being like, "We are so alike, you and I. We are both two parts of a whole. And yet you will not take charge of your person while I have found my way to stay the same. You have failed to make your person come beneath you. I will not fall for those tricks. I will be my own person. I will be beyond Samuel. I will be beautiful. I will become the Dream Eater. She says, as she's saying this, she's laughing maniacally while like the clouds are starting to form. Something is coming, and Jacob, it's gonna be here real soon.
Is there enough of the Dream Eater's beingness that I can now pick up a scent?
There is a very, very small, tiny bit. If you wait a little longer, you'll get a stronger scent. But the longer you wait, the worse things might get.
Well, the problem is right now I'm the wolf. So I'm going to just make my intention known to whoever is here. Like I give you one warning and one warning only. And it's not gonna matter how beautiful you are if nobody sees you.
I'm not gonna make you roll a convince because she does not believe that you can do anything to her. She thinks she is becoming a god.
Perfect. That's what I want.
Yeah, 100% believes
this
that.
is
She's
exactly
like,
where I want to be. I want the scent of the Dream Eater.
All right, come back to you in a second. Mo, Adam is on the floor shaking while this gun is in what's called Samuel's hand. And Samuel's looking at his hand really terrified. Like he looks really scared. He doesn't understand what's going on. You're being shocked and on the ground. You currently have a status of 3 of shocked on top of your status of 3 of axe. You are also muted.
The worst status of all.
So I have another status, what?
Shocked, level 3. Electrified, level 3.
Okay. I want Sam to resist her. And so I think I'm gonna play dead.
All right. You're just gonna stop moving? Like,
and I'm gonna say
you could do that. You're basically the
I know. I say, Sam, this is your sister. Look at your arm. You wanted to know if she was in danger or if she was doing bad things. What's she doing with you?
What? You're gonna fake your death
and
to make yourself
scene.
guilty to get it down? I love it. Give me that convince. Give me that convince.
I want to plays dead. Heals from physical damage. Can I use that?
What? Sorry, heals for physical damage? What does it say?
Yeah, I guess that's not gonna help.
No, in this case, no. I'm sorry.
Fair and honest reputation.
I'll give you that because you're using your goodness to help.
That's right. And let's see. I don't know if I think. Do I realize Jacob's in trouble?
You are a pretty good inkling, considering the fact Jacob is still standing there and it started to bleed.
So can I watch each other's back?
No, because you're specifically trying to guilt trip Samuel to hopefully get him to break his bond with his sister.
Okay, so I roll convince. And I got a 9.
All right. What is the status you want to give him?
I want to give him
also his feet marked in the back, snip it over, I'll cut out. What did you give him?
I think I want to give him enabled because he's been out of it. Mm-hmm. He's been terrified. And now he's being controlled, and I want him to be able to control himself. I'm not. I thought he might be her. I thought he might be on her side, but when I saw the tattoo and I saw the look on his face, I'm like, okay, he needs to resist his sister. So I think the status is enabled, and until he heals from enabled, he's going to try to resist her.
All right, he's going to take enabled. And he's going to drop the stun gun, and he'll look at his hands, and he'll look terrified, and he'll look super scared. You see, like he's not sure what to do. He can't seem to tap into whatever needs to be tapped into to get it done. He's freaking out, he's panicking, and it shows because in the dream world, the wolf sees her looking at her hands, and she's like, "What's going on?" And on her tattoos are starting to fade, and she's like, "No, no, 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 no!" She starts crying and screaming and looking at her going, "Not now! I'm so close!" She has a lasp in control at the moment. Jacob, what would the wolf like to do?
There have been other dream eaters before you, and there will be dream eaters after you. What you don't know is the wolf will always be here because I am fear. And now that I know your scent, know that I'm coming for you. And when I find you, I will end you. And the next dream eater after you. This is what happens when you don't listen to the warnings of the wolf.
Please roll change the game for me.
Yes, please. Let me see. I should reset. Okay, there we go. And do I tag anything for?
Yeah, whatever you want to tag.
Okay,
tag
I can still. Okay, so yeah. I would like to do feed off of fear or injustice.
I'll give it to you.
And I can smell your lies or guilt.
Nice. Slap that.
Okay. I'm gonna go with those for now. And does my juice come into play now?
Your juice will come into play now.
Okay. So change the game.
Stop. You could have a maximum of +3. Never mind. So we're done. But say you have a +1 on top of that because you also gain +2 of enabled from Samuel.
Okay. So I can't quite see what I rolled.
You rolled an 8 with a +2, so I think you had an additional
so a 9
+2
with +3.
Ooh, okay.
So your juice will come into play in here. You have the juice you had before and everything else. You can create a story tag, you can burn a story tag, or you can give or reduce a status currently. What would you like to do? She has the status of 4 Dream Eater aspirant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What did I write that down? What's wrong with me? She just wouldn't want to be.
What would you
like to do? You have 6 juice.
She's been warned by the wolf. The Dream Eater is not the biggest power.
So that's 1.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another 5. Just heads up. You can literally just make her no longer a Dream Eater aspirant right now from your fear if you want. You can just take that off her right now. Then she's like, what? Yeah, yep, no more. It's gone.
I'm going to reveal to her the nature of the wolf, which is not a wolf. I am the primordial chaos of unknowing and fear. The wolf is just the vehicle that I use.
What would you like to call? Go on, keep going.
And that's going to be the I fucked up and I'm stopping now kind of thing. Yeah, like I don't want her to just completely give up now because I want her to have some agency, but I want her to like pump your brakes.
Okay.
You're standing before the manifestation of fear itself, giving you one warning as a courtesy.
I think I know how I'm going to play this out. She looks at you and she sees something else. And that smile she's had the entire time and those tattoos fading from her start to crumble and break. And she looks at you and she's like, and she sort of realizes that things will go bad. And she turns towards the altar and she starts throwing things off it as best as she can. But as she's just about to get the last piece off, something reaches up its hand and takes it. And she looks up at it. And you try to look up at it. but you can't look up. Like you're trying to lift your head, but your head is being kept down, like you're being bowed.
Mm.
Something speaks, but it doesn't speak words. But it gets its point across going, you've wasted my time. I've come for my penance. There is a bit of screaming that you hear. And when you lift your head up, the orchard is still there. The altar is still there. But instead of where she is standing, there is just what looks like a bundle of snakes moving apart from each other and spreading out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you come back into the real world as something snaps its fingers and breaks your connection to the dreaming.
So I was ejected.
You were ejected.
Okay.
Something did not want you to know it was there. Weird that, don't know why.
Yeah, maybe I struck a nerve.
You come back into the room to find a very dead Adam and a Samuel on their knees, eyes looking up, all entirely white.
It's not the first time you've seen a dead Adam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know this game. Samuel's eyes were entirely white, you said? Something's happening with them?
Entirely white. Like his eyes are entirely white.
Do I have any intuition of what that is?
That is usually someone who has been affected by the Dream Eater.
Okay.
Priya, Holly, when you come back in, this is the scene that you also see. As far as I'm concerned, the main combat of the area is over and the main conflicts have been resolved. So if you want to narrate what you are doing currently, I'm happy to give it to you before we go into post-credits end credits, post-credits, and epilogues.
How the fuck do we follow that? God damn.
Right? Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. I'm just like,
I've seen dead Adam before, so that's not concerning.
I was like, Adam's
Right?
dead. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, back to 7 people.
I think
Oh my god, they killed Adam.
those bastards.
again. Those bastards killed Adam again.
You guys start joking, so I get up.
No, that's out of character. That's out of character. In character, this is very serious game. Holly's gonna run to Samuel. What do I know about what's happened to him? Like, from previous experience.
You know, people who've been affected by the Dream Eater, even on small scales, tend to have this look on them. Usually when they wake up, they've lost some shred of their memory.
Mm-hmm.
And usually things are, it just takes time. Sometimes they don't wake up at all. Sometimes they do. Either way, he's breathing and alive for now.
I'm gonna turn to Jacob and ask what happened.
Pause. We're going to assume you're going to have this conversation while you're helping people out of the building and getting people to them. So, you know the whole post-movie bit where everyone's outside with the like thing over? It's there too, unless it's something you want to do in this scene.
There's something I want to do in this scene when I hear what happened.
Okay, so yeah, Jacob.
He's been fed upon by the Eater.
Is there...
And Lynette is part of it.
Basically, my question is, he's alive now. Is there something through the dream I can do as a form of intervention? Is there a way for me to help him?
Unfortunately, the problem with the Dream Eater is that once the Dream Eater gets their claws on you, whatever or whoever or whenever they are, dreaming becomes impossible for that person, at least while they're in that state. It's almost like the Dream Eater takes that bit away from them and breaks their connection to the dreaming. So it's a lot harder to do something for them. When they wake up, then they're safer.
I'm gonna piss you off, Lloyd.
Yeah, sure, go for it. What'd you do?
I'm gonna give him the ink.
Oh, that's
and
a
I'm gonna
terrible
go
idea.
in with him.
That's an even worse idea.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I
love
basically want to try and shatter the remaining connection from the Dream Eater to him.
I like it. I like it.
It had its tendrils in him, and I want to cut them off.
I like it.
You go looking for ink, and Adam reaches into his severed socket, and he pulls out a vial.
And it's basically just going to be bottoms up, buddy, tip my head back, and pass into the dreaming.
Fantastic. You're going to hate me for this.
Yep.
Cool. So we cut to 2 days later.
Oh.
It takes a while for you to get people together, to get them to basically get up and get out of the area, to get them onto the bus, to get them to leave, get them to go else. Jack takes care of it all. Everything is fine. Holly goes into the dreaming to basically pick up and help Samuel. Holly hasn't come back.
Should I mark a crack on my nurse theme book
Nope.
as I disappear from the world?
Stay where you are. You are doing fine.
Okay.
Stay right there. Don't worry about it. Do you say? Jack is happy to help and is worried about Holly. And if you want, they can put Samuel and Holly in a hospital room together because it's cooler that way to see how things work out. It turns out when you take Samuel to the hospital, one of you will see Samuel's full name. And Samuel's full name is Samuel Lynette Smith. There is no record of a Lynette Smith anywhere on physical paper. The tattoo parlor is owned by them. The house is a single bedroom. What's called everything else there is together. People begin to believe that Lynette Smith was the pseudonym that Samuel used to do his tattoo arts, because people swear they've never seen those two together in the same place, but they also swear they've met a Lynette Smith, but there doesn't seem to be any connection or way to look at this. Maybe Lynette was the manifestation of Samuel's dreaming powers, just like the wolf is a manifestation of Jacob's dreaming powers. Maybe something else. You can't say for sure while he's still under.
In that 2 days, is the apartment still a gateway?
Going back to the apartment, there is a sever. Everything to do with the dreaming and Samuel has been cut.
And I guess in the next game we try to help Holly.
In the meantime, Jacob, would you like to have a final scene with the grandmother before we continue?
Yes, please. I think we cut briefly back to the original story that we started with. Little Red has gone home and told grandmother of what happened. And grandmother, knowing that the wolf didn't come back, knows that the wolf kept his word and paid a heavy price. The wolf never returns and the forest loses its protector. And that's now a job that the grandmother has to take on. This place used to be run by the presence of the wolf. People feared it, people respected it, people knew the boundaries, but humans didn't. They violated all of them. And so the grandmother's going to try for the rest of her existence to shelter, to keep safe. protect from human beings what nature had set aside. And in the current manifestation of Grandmother, we see a house in the woods. There's a knock on the door. We see Jacob. We see the grandmother open up. And there's just a moment of recognition. I'm here about your radiator. And also, I need to be the wolf again. And you owe me that.
We're going to stop the episode there as we wrap up the scene. In Living Color has entirely ended. Credits start to roll. Text starts to go across the scene. And then we cut away from that to a hospital room where we see a Rose lying, Rose, what the hell? A Holly lying on a bed with like the machine going beep, 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 and a TV on the screen that seems to be playing something. As the TV is playing on and carrying on, an advert comes on. And the advert, as it comes on, before I do that, which one of you is visiting Holly when the advert comes on?
Probably me. I think it's me.
All right, Priya, you're sitting by Holly's side, holding their hand, hoping they're okay, when the advert comes on. And the TV comes up, and you're not really paying much attention to it, but something will bring you back. The music comes on, and the advert, of course, as a normal advert is now, the copyright music, don't give a damn, and Sweet Dreams Are Made of These is playing from the TV as it does. And a woman comes on the screen, and she goes, "Are you tired of being held back? Are you tired of not being who you really are? Make your dreams come true with Zed, the new fragrance from Erin Kent." And she holds up a bottle. And as you look on the screen, even through the grainy 90s TV screen, the color that is flowing inside that bottle of perfume that she has is unmatched.
Oh no.
And that's what we're going to end this episode. Everybody, thank you for playing and thank you for watching. My name is Lloyd. It's been a pleasure having you all. I've been joined by my 4 wonderful people, starting from Rose.
Hi, I've been Rose, formerly the player of Holly Hart, next week playing Dracula. No, we'll find out what happens to Holly next time.
Joe.
Hi everybody, I'm Joe, and I played Jacob and the Big Bad Wolf and the Manifestation of Fear. You can find me at joekou, JOEKOU, .card.co. That's CARRD.co.
Leona?
Hello, I'm Leona. I have been playing Priya, aka Shanti Priya, who we got to see the Shanti side of it today. She was quite the fright. You can find me still on Twitter at TheLeonaMaple or TheLeonaMaple.card.co. And I will see you next week.
And finally, Mo.
Hey, I'm Mo Poplar. You can find me and my work at ashyfeet.com. Yeah, this was a good time.
Agreed.
Thank you, first up, to you for watching this whole thing. Thank you for our chat mod, for keeping that running as best you can. And thank you to our amazing patrons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we are able to play games we enjoy without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity. You can join our heroics levels at happyjacksrpg.org/Patreon. Join us next week as we go into the part 2 of Heaven on High and see what adventures await our friends for the second part of our game. I have been Lloyd. It's been a pleasure. Have a good day.